Okay, again, Werewolf the Apocalypse LARP video. Time to talk about some Ragabash. Probably the most difficult auspice to play, and most people don't even realize it. Why? Because Ragabash are misinterpreted. Much in the same way that when you're playing Vampire the Masquerade, Malkavians are viewed as these, well, idiots. Ragabash are viewed much the same way. They're supposed to be tricksters. Question of the ways. They do serve a lot of functions. I mean, they were born under the no moon. They have very little rage. They should never have a lot of rage. One of the biggest errors I see is when Ragabash start buying up their rage like crazy. Almost like they're feeling like, oh, we've been left behind. We need to catch up. An angry Ragabash should theoretically be worthless, because they lose that happy-go-lucky attitude they should have. They lose, I don't know, the ability to remain balanced and look at things through eyes that aren't colored red by rage. So, what exactly is a Ragabash? For different things, for different people, it's different things. Let's go with the most obvious one, which is, what function do they have in combat? Too many people look at them as like D&D thieves. I'm going to skulk around in the shadows, everybody else do the fighting, and occasionally I'm going to pop out and stab somebody in the back. That's why I got blurred and lucky eye. That's why I got open seal. I'm a thief. But you're not a thief. You can be. Taking the Forgotten makes that thief title pretty accurate. But a lot of times they're looking more as scouts. And Octana Ragabash is one of your best examples of this. A lot of times Ragabash tend to be the ones in the back with the missile weapons. They tend to take unorthodox tactics. They're the ones who, they will circle around and they're going to go for the haunches and for the hamstrings. They're going to do stuff that's going to distract. In that regard, they're almost like the Chihuahua of the Guru world. They're going to yap a lot. They're going to yap at the enemy. They're going to get their attention so that the big dogs can go in there and rip their throats out. Doesn't mean a Ragabash is incapable. Just means that's not what they're tailored for. Then you're going to have the ones that are just the pure tricksters. When I say trickster, people think of pranksters. Yeah, they're going to throw some pranks in there, but 9 times out of 10, their tricks and their pranks should teach a lesson. And it should be a subtle lesson. It should be a lesson that doesn't have to be spelled out. It's kind of like back in the old days when you'd be told a fable or a children's story or such, and at the end the teacher would say, well, what was the lesson of this story? What was the moral of this story? Ragabash shouldn't have to sit there and go, hey, I just told you a story, and here's what it means. They should be able to play their prank, do their trick, and then have their victim, or their target, or their student, however you want to phrase it, go, oh, wow, I've been too prideful, or oh, wow, I didn't look at that right. The most brilliant Ragabash out there, and there's 1 or 2 people out there that can play him, player-wise, not that many, though. They are the ones that are going to play their tricks and such, or do what they're going to do. And after it's over, the other player is going to be the one to go, oh, shit, I didn't think of that. Or I didn't look at it that way. Or I forgot that. Or I'm a dumb fuck, I had a brain fart. Whatever it may be. Then you're going to have the Ragabash that are simply the contradictory bastards. No matter what is said, they're going to say the opposite. Anybody who knows anything about a moot knows what the fool is there for. Well, a badly played fool questions everything for no purpose. If I say the sky is blue, they're going to say, no, it's not, it's black. If I say grass is green, they're going to go, no, it's not, it's blue. They're going to always say something different. And those are the ones that cheapen it. But you're going to see them. Then you're going to have the ones that the Ragaroons. This kind of goes back to the first one. They took Ragabash because they went, oh, okay, so I can take a Ragabash, I can get access to Blood of the Milky Eye, I can get access to a few other really cool gifts. I'll just buy up my raids fairly quickly, and I will start tailoring everything to be a combat monkey with some other gifts. I just want, I'll have to con somebody to get Razor Claws, I'll have to con somebody to get Resist Pain or Spirit of the Fray, whatever it may be. But I got these other cool Ragabash gifts. So I could be a different type of fighter. We call those a Ragaroon. It's funny because we do that for all the auspices, but I noticed that you don't see any combinations really except for 1 plus a rune. It's the nature of the beast when it comes to werewolf. Everybody thinks of it as a fighting game, a warrior game. So a rune of the pinnacle. Everything else is going to be compared to it. We've made references to filler runes, gal runes, Tharunes, Ragaroons. The Ragaroons are the worst of the bunch. So, when you're making a Ragabash, you really shouldn't be a focus on your physicals. Socials, mentals should be your focus. Rage, screw rage. Willpower, maybe Gnosis. You can worry about the Gnosis later. Abilities are going to be key. The ones that go with your gifts: stealth, subterfuge, some investigation, security. Those should be mainstays on your sheet. Empathy is not a bad one. Psychology, if it's in use, is not a bad one. Lores actually work out fairly decent for them. Alertness if you use it. Awareness if you use it. There should be a lot of perception there. There should also be a lot of social-based ones. Performance. Some people say, well, performance oratory. Why would they have that instead of the Galliards? No, it's not instead of. It's in addition to. Because what better way to mock somebody than through a nice, poignant speech? Works for me. What else? Expression. Another way to mock people. Through the written word. You got to look at it. You got to look at it clearly. I know everybody sits there and goes, well, don't stereotype. Guru, or Werewolf the Apocalypse, designed it to be stereotyped because you are born into an auspice. It defines your role. If you're in a rune, you are the warriors. You are the pinnacle of fighterdom. You're going to be the front line. If you're a Galliard, you are going to sing the tales and you are going to be there inspiring people in the front line. If you're a Philodox, you're going to be a judge. You're going to interpret the laws. If you're a Theurge, you're going to speak to spirits. You're going to heal people. You're going to do rituals and rites and so on. If you're a Ragabash, you're going to question the ways. You're going to be a sneaky bastard. It's the way it is. You can modify and tailor it. You can polish it off and make it your own, but you have to follow those. If you're a Ragabash that doesn't do anything Ragabashy and you just play like in a rune, frankly, other Ragabash should scandalize the hell out of you and your renown should be stripped. Because in the end, based on the system, you are not more intelligent than Luna. When they think Luna's made a mistake, they won't really admit it, but they do have something called the right of renunciation. This is when, to some people, Luna made a mistake. To other people, that dumb fuck isn't worth the time. We think we can make him work somewhere else. I've seen right of renunciation, used as a punishment. I've seen it used to escape punishment, and I've seen it used for revenge. All of them should be shameful, and they should be treated as such. They really are, but they should be treated as such. So, if you're going to play a Ragabash, know your place. Find that box that you're supposed to be in. Hammer in a few key points in that you're going to stick to, and then push outside the box. You got to have those key points that you've hammered into that are going to be the start of your stereotype. And that's the problem. Most people don't play Ragabash as a true stereotype the way it's supposed to be. They play it as the wrong stereotype. It happens. White Wolf is riddled with stereotypes and misunderstandings of roles, positions, procedures, situations, and so on, because the rules were not written quite as detailed or quite as explanatory as they probably should have. So, okay, I'm going to wrap that up because about all I can say about Ragabash, and that's going to conclude my auspice grouping. I don't know what I'm going to do next, although due to somebody trying to prop a Geralt to me, that might be my next target, is going into the Werebears, but I'm not sure yet. Other than that, I might be doing a video about LARP burnout. It is a very key situation that has happened recently, and I think it's going to happen again because the gamer communities don't seem to get it. But that's it. Peace out, guys.